dial 88.1 FM, of course in Western region on the dial Tadi 99.1 FM, and of course in London is picking it up on GOB. GOB is flying on modernghana.com and tune in. Still on GOB, flip it on www.gobtv.tv plus Apple Music. Tonight, we are also live on the very high super dial information, super big way. Of course, the Frontline Ghana and my CTVGH, the two network, take note of it. The Frontline Ghana and my CTVGH. Please subscribe to these very two channels and you would be comfortable to receive all our programs a day, night or afternoon, any day. Receive it. Please subscribe to the channels, the Frontline Ghana, and my CTVGH respectively. Alright, plus the very interactive segment also coming on the WhatsApp line 020-2973-461. All messages will be read. Take note of the WhatsApp line 020-2973-461. This is my WhatsApp message. Of course, keep your WhatsApp message very decent, clear, write very good English, write a very comprehensive thing so I can be able to read your message to be read. Folks, sometimes I struggle to read messages, all because due to your inability to take your time and write very comprehensive for it to be read. It's sometimes one hell of, what to do. Folks, tonight, it's a very, very, very hot tonight. The John Dramani Mahama's government is 1 month, 3 days old from today. And tonight we are going to do something very simple. Of course, we're going to give the Ghanaians in the diaspora to give us some views and perspectives and of course some analysis about how they see the John Dramani Mahama's government from its takeoff, as it were, today being 1 month, 3 days to go now. We are going to speak to one of our big guys who is a political analyst and also a business mogul in London. Of course, they're all there and they are watching what is going on in Ghana. We speak to him shortly, it won't be long, so he'll give us some perspective. He's going to zero down to, the exit of the Akufo-Addo's government, and then he'll jump into the John Dramani Mahama's government, which of course has taken off a month, 3 days from now. And then we'll look at the perspectives, the permutation, their views, analysis, how this government is making it. What is it about this government? The signs right on the wall shows that yes, John Mahama is going to succeed, or otherwise there's a need to do A, B, C, D. What are their views? All of it is coming with our guest in London. Nana is going to be on the beat pretty shortly. Then again on the bill, the Inspector General of Police, yes, Dr. George Ekufu Dampare is refusing to, exit his image from the news market. He continues to capture the news market for wrong reasons that I don't know. Tonight, something very terrible on the Inspector General of Police is coming, and it says that, yes, Dampare's cover-up of rot, mismanagement, corruption, and police welfare fund dissipation. How long can the deceit last? Tonight, this is coming up. Now, there is something that is also connecting to Mami Tiwa as far as the IGP is concerned, and I'm quite shocked. I mean, it's so stupendous to believe that a lot is really going on within the confines of the four walls of the Ghana Police, and the Inspector General of Police continue to stay in office. I don't know why. It's a lot brazen. Now, again on our bill, the oral team today, this afternoon, finally have handed over their report. A huge chunk of report. I don't know how many pages, beyond you can imagine. And I kind of figured that, hey, the Attorney General is going to be busy in the very coming days, weeks, months. We need that report to work fast. The oral team have, they've handed over their report to President Mahama. President Mahama has also given it to the Attorney General, expecting that the Attorney General gets to work. Now, according to Okujato Ablakwa, he says, look, out of the 36 cases, if government if governments will be successful to work on this case, guess what? Ghana is going to retrieve 20.49 billion. Did you hear that, folks? Okudzato Ablakwa, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, says if government will be successful, this country is going to retrieve 20.49 billion United States dollars. In fact, right this afternoon I heard this. Charlie, my head continued to run, and I'm trying to make a sense of it. I'm trying to lay my head at the right side of thinking that, hey, are you saying $20.149 billion? Hey, this is triple, multiple, triple, more than what the IMF money that Ghana has gone for. True or false? 20.4 billion United States dollars, and the government of His Excellency Adodankwa Akufo-Addo struggled to go for how much? 3 billion United States dollars. And the 3 billion, look at the IMF, the conditionalities IMF pushed Ghana into. As if though we are slaves and we continue to be slaves. 3 billion, when in actual sense, $2.4 billion is out there in the hands of people's bedrooms, pockets, bank account, offshore account. God damn, unbelievable. Folks, tonight, brace yourself. A lot is coming. I am confused though. Forgive me for whatever, but I am confused. Tonight, all these issues gonna pan on your network. Call a friend, call a brother, call a sister. Now, if you're unable to get this program on your screens, of course, quickly go to the social media, subscribe to our channel, the Frontline Ghana, my CTV, and then you become an automatic subscriber. And of course, you'll always be joining our programs whenever the show is up. So please call a friend, call a brother. You have which television I use, like TV, it's a digital one or a smart one. Charlie, you are good to go. Otherwise, go pick it on the Go TV. When you go on the Go TV, pick it on channel 21, I guess, channel 21. Tonight we are connecting all over Ghana. It's a brand new week, of course, the 10th of February 2025, the year of our Lord. Of course, I have some Valentine messages here. I'm going to read it to you. Yes, it's quite funny to say no. Now, folks, let's get started. Because I'm going to born in your queen. And I dream, menu be 2 minutes. Say, papa. And koma edi kaya ye bedie ne kyerɛ ye ne Ghana fo ni bi nso bedi nkomo wa manone na ya assessment ahwɛ sɛ aban ya okɔ ahomgye mu yi ɛyɛ Akufo-Addo aban. The latter part of the government in Ekono. Enyama ben sa ɛna wɔn ɛwɔ amanone no wɔn observe ye. What would be their views, opinions? Ne me ade to say de kɔɛ no wɔn hu nneɛma sɛn. Now, if you be zero down to the John Dramani Mahama's government, ono swaba beshe na nemu na ye kase and now me nemo kase 1 month 3 days old of the government of John Mahama today and still counting. Inti ye ba beshe se aban no enema ben sa e na aban na se odisisi akwam na ma na otuo na wotuo no otimi ekontem. Mpenifo ka kase bi na tienie mpenifo kase bi o mo ka to wono se usi mu ntem a fa so se wo ye den a usi mu ntem a na wudu ntem ya na ye wo kase bi a often time ye kan na kwekwa get so irritated oh na o mo ba ye nche oh na munya abotre membe ka sa kasa ne bi nkyere me the style of a before ye si yebu ye man no ebi ye tanya ma wutie kura na ayese wo ye ayeden wo ye mu na hwe ye de dwuma hye wonsa enkokwasa meye nenne meye no chena. There is the spirit I call procrastination. Kokorishe the meaning. That is the spirit that controls the government in Africa. Procrastination. Montuo meye wayeti se opete anase pete wodi nenne wodi no chena sa wo muni betin. Hey, Say nyamo Valentine wa mu ye dede wo ho a na minim sem kra se ye see the month of February mu. Ye me say ya o na first quarter na abesia akọ. Beka say agro. Montra na mo hwe ade. Na wo bia Prez Mahama ode adwuma ma wo a wo ti wo a wo ye nkokwa asese wo de na de ade de be ye wo krom omai wo mu ho. Won ka sabe dwirem na obeje adwuma na to no akọ. Ebri ni wo enu nti ene ye nso ya ye ne sem. Brano inara no. We will take the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on the hotspot. We are the torch bearers, all right? We are the torch bearers, and of course, we owe it a duty, a responsibility, because the cascading effect of our inability to tax the government, the ripple effect in ekayena, ekahina keni. Etiye no ye metra onye na anu die ni bio. Eye mrikatuo ene ye die besu omoso. We are going to, take the government on, analyze the government's roadmap, because the roadmap of John Dramani Mahama, all that we can say is time in you. So we need to see a dija egunu so ntem na wo mu egu aban ni mu no wo mutumi ye nyoma ntentententem ti anadwi ye sha se na ena anadwi no ye kɔ amanone ye ne amanone fo no ekɔ akodi nkomo na ya hwɛ se sen ena omu betimi asese the John Dramani Mahama amemwo no na ye de kɔ enim. Still on the bill, the Inspector General of Police Nasem Edguso ewufie ha enyanko ene enya akɔchina kyerɛ sɛ Inspector General of Police ho nsɛm na dɔɔso yie papa na ene de dapono so a eba na kyerɛ sɛ Dan Paris cover up of rot, mismanagement, corruption and police welfare fund dissipation. Or say, how long can the deceit last? Nyame na America eno ne da ha no na yeba bebu ewremu na obi beka say an kwaku I say you've stayed a while longer on this IGP. Yes, I will do so. And me kind of saying kra dear na mpesa me campo mini explanation bi ama wa offer say me gina IGP ne so ache. Yes, it is my responsibility as a member of the gatekeeper and also the fourth estate of the realm to ask the Inspector General of Police so obeba bontain no why den waba abetrechre nsem bi masa ansem ni mu ada hoye na eno na mobehu se IGP ya to nkra frɛ no IGP ne so nya de obeba na kase bi abroni so eka ne se o say silence etresen asem bi a ye de abeda no ana ye de aba waboboa no se sa asem no wentimi amon ho bede ama me yi sa asem na no a reason often time you believe say amount wentimi amba no embe yi ano na kire se broni say it means it's much concern. It means silence means what? Concern. Well, minim say IGP no enunti eno ntimi ma embe yi sa asem na no a na asem. But may I put this clear and emphasize it here, and emphasis is mine. Say, IGP ya aware say, and you, ya ton craft friend will fear severally, overly, and beyond. Say, and some na ya de abonu kwedu no, emu hu, ebiso ano, scary. Yes, IGP, oba no be yisa asem na no. Be seen ne, IGP na ya adwen so oma. So IGP ne beba o, oma o. And no, it does not negate the fact that you're ejuma. Yes. IGP responsibility so baby you know one. It say IGP George Ekufu Dampare omro Ghana mraba say so from the constitution 1 to the end omro mraso, and it is about him so baby you know one. All right? Yes. And to Dampare opel ompel and so be you know one. Mo bia as dear me nano Friday and Saturday neni pebi yema sebe makaseti ya wom. Se wonim sa IGP ni wadamfo. Muntia so mekano. Se wonim sa IGP no oye wadamfo. Na sa office IGP no hu nsem no yaka na ehawa mepacho yuweni get out of this channel. Memma mehwe kra. Me maka kire mu o. My Minister of Journalism is not to invite the whole Ghana as a momrameti. No. And I'm one person. Me programmer. Me be BI organic. me need time say me kwa flippy bibi na nipa to no please enya me style no I don't need the crowd for anything. I am here to move with the gallant soldiers who are ready to ensure say we need to sanitize, conscientize and make Ghana a better place. Oh me pamocho IGP ekufu dampare mromra so saa na brebi IGP bi so e fe na David Asantia Pietu se mo kai no wose makoka na asem no ontia se na fe no o man asem so straight to court mu hu dia odwane ni na mu mrika e wo court Accra High Court mo kora mo kobisa no where David Asantia Pietu, former IGP, he ran away. The case is still in the hands of the former Chief Justice. Yes. Masa, me ma Ghana, we ye penny ye do boni at the Mawu. But be bien where Chester Obro Granam Rasum, ye do awesome and ye. No, ye be do awesome. Now, Oche president. Ekufu Dampare, Oche president. Huh? Oche no. So, why is he quiet? Why is Dampare quiet and he's trying to use every means? So, no. Every report we have about him will come out. Tonight, Ghana police for brace yourself. Maybe I'm will be a winning police officer be a challenge of Manason Emraha. Now, still on the bill, oral team no present to report at the Ama president. At the Aba Sem no Moka. A summer oral team name Mayati asene say ye Jumania ye Nen Yama say to out of according to the chairman no an answer that was going chairman Okuja to a black or say out of say 36 cases so far minim what it is but or say ye to 2 year sa case we sika ye be retrieve efrim no saying $20.49 billion. $20.49 billion. We are mon show. Nibizamo. We are mon show. So what your my Ghana mu na share the whole of the capital, all the regional capital, na share every corner of this country. Ghana, a small country like this, so located in the middle of the world. We are the epicenter of this global village. Na so wo share wo mind way say o man dia yenye or may say the ato opinion, or may say the atitia pansam near Bonini recasam acronfo criminals and thieves. Na say case and crofataso. Yeah, $20.49 billion. Nina shishan crofo garage. As she shan crofom pass and many may be trifia catcher musep. Any baby wa bemu, yedang. They are doing what you call money laundering. They are transporting money from Ghana into foreign countries. Musiye, Kukwana Manubo Kiti Mankani. And our buying chief of staff, Mami Fremo Pare, 1 minute London for London Edumaku, Ebikudin Komo, as far as the London foreign group near concerns. I say a transport is Kebie Bedru, Heathrow Airport, near the Omunkamienti, and Omuyeno. Woman media houses issue report be say enye kre if you had a make assessment and amante enema husika apia bonten very scary folks and adrimini adaje kra now bill no so ayeshe so brace yourself all of them is coming now enti men sebre no ye move nko inside quick then what it means is Brunebeka say up next. Ghana Speaks proudly brought to you by Edumekwe from Oral Blaster for woman me edins I was a memo on Kai as a hill. Asemwa Ugusu a watching so mansi assassin. Now see I will call police CID property fraud one. Adia AD hipa wo enye fraud there except land fraud nkwa. Nsase ho ntokwa ene ekoso kono check CID fraud property fraud. What it means is that, and so sem abeya semwa udi agura obi etwa oti. We ntwa oti a watu odru wekum. Enunti ena memini oral blaster for ni disa nsawoso e se. Amanfo breye papa wansa sem nti yankase yenko yemo ye hombod ne enko jinsas ni na. Ne yenye so nkrata nti wo ba na ya ye ni easy di ama no wenya okrata na wokọ. Na anu asase ya wokọ giye wokọ hwe. Na kaka botoni bi si so. Ohwe uze na was over here no. Sa ka boto ni we. Wo say kwan a all faso no ye faso no ya to eduro no yekum mesraw enko asase no sibiom. Ora blaster for any TT and sa wo so no wudi ni say bra no mo asase ni bi na obetimi de esi udan. Or so person will see cluster of schools, building benya or pension house, and our person will see cluster of fence and schools, hotel, Airbnb, including that of even real estate or memo assassin. We make sure acquire with him for often call barrier. For one more Tuesday na call. Ube friend a number na call opinion friend Duncan. It was 053 617 6327 053 617 6327. No more maybe be intimate come what's it. One more office no often call barrier here. You want to be brave or him for Kwabenya Kaswa Breku Danger Amasaman. In Sawum Botiano danger baby obenyebi 70 by 100 SUE electricity access water road network nina ya the kwasas no. So take a listen to this.
Oro Black Star Limited. Our lands are everywhere. It depends on the customer's preferred location. We have lands in areas such as Kwabenya, Amasaman, Kaswa, Denchira, Bruku, Botiano, and Insawam. Our lands are very affordable and has no litigation issues. Our lands comes in various sizes such as 70 by 100, 35 by 100, and among others. We have a flexible payments plan that is 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. The areas are well developed. No need to worry about electricity, water, and other social amenities. You can contact us on 030-2452-555, 030-2452-555, or visit our website at www.oralblackstarlimited.com. Oral Black Star, your preference, our priority. Oro Black Star Limited. Our lands are everywhere. It depends on the customer's preferred location. We have lands in areas such as Kwabenya, Amasaman, Kaswa, Denchira, Bruku, Botiano, and Insawam. Our lands are very affordable and has no litigation issues. Our lands comes in various sizes such as 70 by 100, 35 by 100, and among others. We have a flexible payments plan that is 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. The areas are well developed. No need to worry about electricity, water, and other social amenities. You can contact us on 030-2452-555, 030-2452-555, or visit our website at www.oralblackstarlimited.com. Oral Black Star, your preference, our priority.
Great folks, welcome back, and of course this is the Frontline, the nation's biggest investigative magazine show. Tonight, Maminka message way. Pakwesi and Ponsa say, good evening, boss. Please keep the fire burning because we get your back. Abanosi Kweku, don't pay attention to anyone. Ghana first, continue your work, of course. Akin Dibu Maminti Mimbo Kutus, I'm watching you live from Nigeria, Lagos. Keep on clearing Ghana. I am Kenim. All right. Richard Osi, good work. Solomon Arthur Osi, good job, bro. Have you resided in? I don't want to mention that name. Okay, it may be, maybe not. Victor. Now, there's a gentleman you are asking me to give your number to somebody. Please, that's not my job. I cannot give your number. Even here on the social media, I cannot get your number and give your number to anybody. So please, don't send that message again. That's not my job. That I should give your number to somebody. Please, stop this. I'm sorry. Okay. Please keep the fire burning because we get your back. Grace Saki or say hi. Okay, and I'm doing basis now. Yemra, the politics of today. Politics of today takes us to London, where a Ghanaian spotted. I'm sure many of you have heard Adibia course over the weekend. National security have impounded what? Container, 24-ton container. Oh, see, I see today. Young London, where a Ghanaian spotted one gentleman named Bernard Ntribuesiakon, also known as Wontumi, hiding to board a train to Croydon. Ghana ni bi abrante kama bi hu se ora Bernard Ntribuesiakon aye san friend Wontumi. Wo hyempume bi ati a wo tete se opese ofa train na de call London bronu bi so for Croydon. Na me mentia sese dia di ntina Wontumi ekoduru London a opese oko hide ewo ho or hide na ontimi mpie di ntia. But idea Ghana for go London. Bebre sunum enim Wontumi say na wote. Nti di ntina Wontumi or tete. Why? Take a listen to this Ghanaian and how he described Wontumi in his hideout. Take a listen.
Ha! Ewiase de. Ha! Ewiase. So much about Wontumi. We dwana beteland, no jano. We beteland ndi. Oba first we need to na waka yombo. So mo. O piano tete. Eh, be o jano hu. On bass de baro. E go 2 minutes go Croydon no. That is tell you say, oh, South London. Chema to me, you can't hide. You are my territory, I'll fish you out. If you are looking for Chema to me, now who know, Mr. Robert London. Oh, please, oh, Pierre. Maybe a Jan or spy as a go through bus. Or to dash around. Run away, nobody do. Run away, nobody will do. Hey, Chema to me. Yes, you are in London. You are my hood. You are in South London. Yes. Oh, tete.
Oh. Right? Oh, tete. And it's a Wontumi. Ye huni say, on a nam London abontin so wafaha ni wewuraha and then later on, Wontumi was spotted at the Heart of Croydon and narrating times he comes around that location to sweep. Finally, afi ye ko hu say ojina the Heart of Croydon. Na ohwe nioma o no kasa o kana sem se ai kanene na obaha ebe prapra na obe prapra ho na che se nua no esisi wo no etiti gu ho no ma oba be prapra ho no ne ade na ogina ho no wo hwe na obi su ko ne baabi obi ko ne baabi no no su gina ho no wo hwe e na wo kana sem Wontumi o no wo kana sem ogina ho no wo kana sem no obi ko ne baabi e na wo kasa ho no na ogina or proper and ade one. Take a listen to Wontumi.
Yeah, this is the place I used to sweep. I used to sweep. And the more you are sweeping, the more the leaves will fall down.
It comes like this.
Yeah, this is the place I used to sweep. I used to sweep. And the more you are sweeping, the more the leaves will fall down.
It comes like this.
Now, the main thing is that Wontumi jina ho ye den. E dia de no ye ho. O kana asem so nipa na o ka asem no okọ ne baabi. Nipa no okọ ne baabi na ono so ka asem kire o kana asem say na trees no etitigu no aba be pra enem ne ade na di nti na obe ka sa asem ne sa do. Wontumi ye den o land no. Di asem no o den no ye o land no. Folks. Hey, I do. Okay. In the meantime, in between time, over the weekend, National Security impounded a 20-footer container in Sapeman, a suburb of Accra. The container is said to be loaded with foreign currency and local denominations, including gold bars and military gears and other stuff. Weekend yao, and also be PM said, National Security for Eko Bura Bronubi for Sapeman, and so on Krahi. Now, one mukudru or nature say container abelandi 20-footer container. Say, yeah, can say Jama mienu krade. Omo de afa kwa yi mo baby, omo hu baby afa. Container ne die na na wom sika dollars ebi e cedis ne mne ade. Na ye hwan ne mo de ya. But I think the national security for must come again. Because we are also picking some intelligence, counterintelligence, about the 2 supposed missing containers. Say, yeah. We are also picking counterintelligence that some containers be a CID and Sikapudu na ewo container no ewo he enkano ewo he na why nam so container eyomudia 2 suspects believed to be so na container eyomudia. Who are they? What is going on, folks? Take a listen to this.
The national security has made a massive bust, seizing a large unspecified amount of US dollars and Ghana cedis, including other counterfeits, hidden in 12 20-footer shipping containers. The containers were tracked to a warehouse at Sapiman in Ega West municipality, where a special operation was conducted after a tip-off. The cleverly concealed currencies, mostly bundles of US dollars, was found in wooden boxes filled with cement. Other boxes opened in the warehouse during the operation revealed extra currencies stashed in boxes that are barricaded with plywood and concealed with charcoal. According to the national security operatives involved in the operation, 2 containers are still on the loose, but state security trackers are hot on their trail. Meanwhile, a manhunt is underway for 4 suspects, including a ringleader known only as Alaji. The warehouse yielded even more shocking discoveries, including boxes of metals suspected to be gold bars, counterfeit notes in 50 and 100 cedis denominations, and fake Ghana Army uniforms and boots.
Dollars, cedis, a big cry, say fake. Na go bars in Sugum, Mugalam say baby benu, ye tunu, or honey dukura. What is going on here, Ghanaians? Hey, had you sembe kureni? Well, the oral committee led by Minister of Foreign Affairs Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa have presented their report to the President John Dramani Mahama. In his delivery, he asserted that out of the 36 cases reviewed, if the nation is successful, we shall retrieve 20.49 billion United States dollars. You must, I can figure that many of you are ragging your necks. Committee I present to my report, I'm a John Dramani Mahama. Nebra Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kasano. A small kind say 36 cases if government successful. By the way, let's be measured, sir. 36 cases. No, there are more cases, multiple cases all there. Now he's much confident to assert to say, if out of the 36, si ye tumi to tunyome ye dia, sika ye benye free 36 cases ni munkwao, enye ni nao tieniye 36 cases ni munkwano sika ebe pie ebe bano eye 20.49 billion United States dollars. Ye nyamba the rest no so. Na the rest no so be den. But says na ayira. Mohu Africa. The manner in which we govern ourselves, the manner in which we believe in one thing you call democracy, what, said you see, just say, this is our lifestyle democracy we are practicing. Take a listen to Okudzeto-Ablakwa and in the delivery. Listen to him.
Bring the rest. Okay.
Thank you very much. I will now invite the Attorney General to receive the
fascinating figures. The 36 cases that we have reviewed in detail, if we are successful in recoveries, we can retrieve as much as 20.49 billion United States dollars. 20.49 billion United States dollars. 36 cases, and that's from National Cathedral, PDS, SML. You have the GMPC salt pond decommissioning, and we decided that in this open session we will not go into greater detail, and so I want to be restrained. But there's a great deal of resources belonging to the taxpayers that can be retrieved. Then we've also done an estimate of the state capture, the lands. If we successfully ask people to pay conservative market value for the lands they have looted, again, the experts are telling us that we can recover about 702.8 million United States dollars for the Ghanaian people. That's if we just ask people, those who were paying 42,000 cedis, 120,000 cedis, 160,000 cedis, to pay the fair market value. Those are lands that $500,000, $600,000, you will even struggle to get cantonments land at that figure. So very conservative estimates. We take the view that if people are asked to pay the real market value, this is how much we can retrieve. So in all, just a summary, the 36 cases, the high amount cases that we put together, and then the land loot, potentially we can raise about 21.19 billion United States dollars. And that is far more than what we have been chasing the IMF for and subjecting ourselves to all kinds of conditionalities. So we want to renew our appreciation and deep gratitude to His Excellency the President and his team of advisors for this initiative, which has really served Ghana well. And we look forward to the next phase. Even if we will not be involved, we will be very successful when the next phase really conducts retrievals and is successful in making sure that we are able to return to the national kitty resources that belong to the Ghanaian people. We thank you very much for.
Okujato, Samuel Okujato Ablakwa, Edinyamane Egukune Punosuse. Now, Ubisa says, Sike Nara. Ayira. First of all, me pese, Ubekaho, ni na let's go into deep thinking. Ebane say, and a minister Ablakwa Betimiaka say, out of the 36 cases, we say to me, to Tuni now, the quantum of money you bet me retrieve. What it means is that they've done their homework well in order to be able to figure this quantum of saying 20.49 billion is already gone into the private pocket. Now, President John Dramani Mahama received the report. Well, the bundles of documents. Very sad indeed. And there are some of the president also a bro receive it. Take a listen to the president.
It is with great solemnity and a deep sense of duty that I receive this comprehensive report of Operation Recover All the Loot, an initiative that represents our unwavering commitment to the fight against corruption, financial malfeasance, and the misappropriation of public resources. From the onset of my administration, I made it clear that Ghana's resources belong to the people of Ghana and must be used judicially for their collective good. The diversion of public funds for personal gain undermines development, it erodes public trust, and deepens inequality. It is for this reason that Operation Recover All the Loot was launched, to ensure that what had been wrongfully taken from the state is restored to its rightful owners, the Ghanaian people. I therefore wish to commend the members of this team for their dedication and professionalism in carrying out these vital national assignments without compensation, without expectation of any remuneration. The meticulous investigations, legal actions, and asset recoveries reflected in this report are a testament to the seriousness with which this government approaches the issue of accountability and good governance. The findings of this report make for sober reading. They reveal the scale of financial leakages that have cost our nation dearly. Resources that should have been invested in education, healthcare, infrastructure, and social development. But they also offer hope that through our collective efforts, we can reclaim what is ours and deter future acts of economic sabotage. As we receive this report, let me assure the Ghanaian people that the work does not end here. The recommendations of the report will be carefully studied, and where legal action and investigations are warranted, they will be pursued without fear or favor. Every peso recovered will be channeled back into national development, and mechanisms will be strengthened to prevent such losses in the future. I have promptly handed over the report to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, and I give him firm instructions to commence immediate investigations into the cases reported in here with a view to prosecuting anyone found liable for corruption or related offenses. To those who think they can defraud the state and escape justice, let this serve as a strong warning. Ghana is no longer a safe haven for corruption. To those who stand for integrity, accountability, and the rule of law, I assure you that this government remains your steadfast partner in building a nation where honesty and hard work are rewarded. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a defining moment in our fight against corruption. We must all play our parts, citizens, civil society, the media, and public officials alike. Together we will build a Ghana that is just, transparent, and prosperous for generations to come. I thank you, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Folks, welcome back, and of course, just gone past His Excellency John Dramani Mahama remarks on this oral group presenting their first badge or their report to him. And the president also stating quite clear, categorical, that this is not going to be the end of it. We are going hard and harder to pursue corrupt people, thieves, criminals who have dipped their hands, the daylight looting of state coffers. Folks, and I think that the group really must be commended for their work done. Starting with Okudjato, the friend is saying, COP Nathan Kofi Boache, the legal practitioner, Martin Pegbu, very great guys, and then my brother Raymond Archer, now the deputy director, Yoko. Yes, Omaya dear Papa. And I say, Yam Koswani encourage you, no Muntimi, no Medjuma, and could review. So, what she says, he goes and now if you are American, same way. Said John Dramani Mahama, Memwonumpo, Entimian deliver simple and Ru Senya, Yanusum Seminasu, now see himself obedru baby as who did. So, when you some pempens wonumpoa, Fanese on spending the rest of time I can in him. No for retrieving says Sikawe 20.49 billion United States dollars. That's quite significant, though, is it not? Very huge. Says Kden. This is like Sika Yebetimidia saw one of the NDC policy program called the Push. 20 billion is Kaketwa. The big push, NDC for policy, big pushy. Says Sika Ifane say, yeah, they Kososwa, Eddie Newman Yentimi Fanya, the whole of Ghana. And you may be brave. Says Sika, Ako individuals pocket. Says Sika,
Ako individuals bank account says he some individuals our yes says ke de kwa manone. Nim kwa inti a mo pese mo ye Ghana sa ma ade bechi ade sa Ghana as a bad time kesi a ye na oma ye na enufuo mu ye na ye nom ne edidi ne ye da no enipa bi se wo ye be di wa boreti se nim de ye agi o boni ati say ye di wa Ghana without a bit of conscience say no we can't go ahead na me per government a obeba you stand on your foot and tell Ghanaians on our faces say we are not going to go at the corridors of the IMF to eat a humble pie. Why? Because we would use everything in this country, we would generate everything in this country, we would ensure that our local currency would continue to appreciate the foreign currency, and it will match the foreign currency boot for boot, and will turn our economy all around. And I pay now Komobi cost for a radio station. Now me tisa, na me say, now. And the question is about say the bank and the government beba sa government no obey na adwen say obey kipi nipa ni bi wo ho na on sesa nipa ni bi na che say abet say you know then that's appear say ye hu ni say no our system of government is about say me kwaku na ma ban beba na ma pom nipa na wo hu nya na me de be nkrofo abe fill up. So what it means is that some party white all people are employed, including our ministerial portfolios, MMDCs, first chief executives, women party white for uncroft. Sana party green in Suba, or no sooner about now, then the bigger picture you can look at is that our system of governance is that of what the United States is practicing. Yes, Anna. Now, one of the studies be a mayor, research be a mayor. It may end up say you have to write a book on it. 2 books be a major coming. But then again, I said, listen, over the weekend, I me no be so din common. Let me say, our station be this uncommon. And I put them say, hey, until say Africa, Africa will we have. First of all, Obika said no, we haven't still been emancipated yet, and I tend to agree with those individuals. Why? Because why emancipated from where? Until that Africa would own her narrative. Africa must own her narrative. We own our narrative in what? In our socio-political delivery. We show our narrative in our economic delivery. We show our narrative in our cultural delivery. We show our narrative in our traditional delivery. We show our narrative in that of what? Our religious delivery. And you mama kike na makumakubes and nayo say numi. Emu bie niwa Africa has been emancipated out of it. No. Africa, including Ghana, which is the epicenter of the global space. Ghana, gateway to Africa, a beacon of democracy. Ghana remained the only country in the whole of the south of the Saharan African continent to have gained independence. And after the independence, spirits of gloom, despondency, and moral decadence have become a commonplace. And you tell me that you have been emancipated for where? For where? Emancipated from where? We will never be emancipated until we own the narrative of taking steps to ensure that this dependency syndrome of IMF, always at our doorstep, is a thing of the past. Other than that, I don't need any government to tell me that we have been emancipated. No. Still not. And you say, Bonia ye detail one de uhuno. Ye ba. Adrebian Kassan check Ghana and Penifoni be said, no, Sikano ego on, says Sikano ego consolidated fund. It is money belonging to the people of this country. Therefore, Yamfanya Duma, there be Oba no man say, you doing an bomb, papa, no way, be tam na joke, be tam na pa, be tam area on the court. This can say the bit to talk dime, the bit to talk cars, a dime the man many a day to talk dime many cars, dime no team fleets of cars and napa no see compounds no here the air cost you need no the bit to demand many a day Valentine baby kwahwe I say movie say sika obi so say Ghana is Kenya sika ni Ghana why na ka kire wo sika eni ha hey please so every facet of our lives we are being bondage religiously we are in bondage. Your Christianity all over here in Ghana, count how many churches here, right from the Orthodox, the Charismatic, the Pentecostals. Which among these churches can you tell me say it's an African narrative? Mobi meye African religion because we are some bosom, I put down for you because we are some bosom, and yet you have all this avalanche of churches sitting here at the soil, and every Sunday just yesterday gone past. How many Ghanaians trooped to all the big churches, clouded in white colors and whatnot, going to praise God and whatnot? And I've always said this and I maintain. For it is the mind we serve the Lord, and the mind is the battleground. They've maintained and ensured, say, all the African government, they are controlling your mind, they are controlling your economy, and they are bringing their people at the proximity and daylight looting of your resources. Now what you are emancipated. Mubansua na wabeta misika na mudini fufukwa. Don't say ye ni answer. Religiously we are not emancipated. Politically we are intermediate program no. The penny ba akukaya and say no until South Africa be owning a narrative. Because even as I speak to you, one of the world's most superpower, the world's most superpower is the United States. And I'm a United States. Because said democracy in a year cano. Democracy is failing the global pillar, America. He's failing big time. Yes. So we need more. Aristotle one kind of quo. Or see democracy will fail along the line. And I tend to agree. Democracy is failing. We are sinking too fast. Yeah. Into Africa. The bit near say African governments in Kambum na yenye yadrin say we need to also present our narrative, and then we do away with this dependency syndrome. Other than that, you bit this sika we ewie ye ni akwa kobo yakoja ni ye ho basabasa say ye pe $3 billion from the IMF. Sa ohu nya Uganda nya omobo. Sa we minister sa briwe e wo Prez Mahama memwo mu a. So we a high-ranking government official. Prez Mahama memwoma. So we a chief of staff of Prez Mahama memwoma. Whichever position be our Ghana and your mobile. Imagine say oral team and then the breaking news story, and of course still a developing story, right? Says Sika with $20.49 billion must be retrieved. And your mobile. Yankopon Kayo. Dia uye biano na. I am so much more than glad to hear President John Dramani Mahama on the heels of his readiness, all right, the alacrity, the prowess. I mean, it comes on the heels of so stupendous to know. It's so stupendous that you agree or disagree that this money is in Ghana. This is not coming from the IMF or here. Yeah, here. Zono. It's the enigma of this approach. Is beyond recovery. But in fact, Ghana is for him. Okay. My main form is now back on the Venezuela, the Inspector General of Police, who will not. IGP Nasem Jemi Venzi, who did see ye. The Inspector General of Police continue to stay in the news markets for wrong reasons. This time, a report about corruption, any other related issues. Now, what does the report say? Now, before the report, we pause to ask the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Kufudampare, what has become of the Abyssine murder case in Brongahafo? Moka is our case. You see, when you're talking about IGP, IGP no. IGP, your responsibility is to ensure a local protection of the citizens. Now, there have been serious cases, are confronted Ghanaians, And many of such cases that Ghanaians have yearned for far too long to know what has become of this. No. Yet to remember how about 4 to 5 years ago, let me need our network we so. And yet he said, a brand baby war him for somewhere brung a half for baby sir. Will come a 12-year-old boy or the national free gym. What the Aqualana free gym wa so we'll turn in Amuri and Kakranka crow. So what the young Katikwayo, so what the young Kakro, Kwakuminimu. This was a very terror. A terror by night or by day or noon. As some way betoho, Ghana Police Service led by this Inspector General. Ye besheni ye diasemi, pam! Yantisa asemi hubio. Anamebwa. I want you to watch this footage again, and then we'll come to the report. Take a listen to this report about how the Inspector General of Police Nankasa Okan Asan Efasa Abisin murder case in Ewo Pronga Hafel. Take a listen to him.
The first port of call of the Inspector General of Police, Dr. Ekufu Dampare, was the Abisin Police Station, where he had a closed-door meeting with the police leadership. He later visited the chief of Abisin, Barima Kumi Echan II, and had a closed-door meeting with him and his elders as well. The Inspector General of Police also commiserated with the families of Louis Ajiman Jr. and Stephen Sapong. The Director of Public Affairs at the Ghana Police Service, Superintendent Alexander Kweku Obin, has been speaking to the media.
2 suspects are in our custody. One, you are aware, a suspect appear, and we will make reference to the release we put out yesterday. The second one, name would help us with our ongoing investigation to unravel what, how, where that were involved in this heinous incident. Again, he directed that a homicide investigation team from CID headquarters takes over the case to Accra. Again, the remains, the further direct is being moved to Police Service, Ghana Police Service Hospital morgue in Accra for forensic pathologist analysis and examination to support this investigation.
The suspect, Richard Appiah, a 28-year-old surveyor in whose room the bodies of 15-year-old Stephen Sapong, 12-year-old Louis Ajiman Jr., and an unidentified man were found, was arrested by the police at midnight on Friday. His arrest, according to police communications, was effected after father of one of the deceased made a citizen arrest of the suspect on suspicion that he knew of the whereabouts of his son, Louis Ajiman Jr., who had not returned home after long hours. It was the contention of the complainant that his son was last seen with the accused. Police, in the company of the complainant and accused, went to the residence of the suspect to carry out a search. The search found the body of the deceased in one of the rooms and later found the other 2 bodies cut into pieces and kept in a double-door fridge. The acting Inspector General of Police, prior to his visit, directed the national headquarters of the Criminal Investigation Department of the Ghana Police Service to assist the Bono Regional Command to investigate the incidents. Superintendent Alexander Obin disclosed that clinical psychologists will be assigned to the affected families. The first port of call of the Inspector General of
Assembly 5 years ago, and as Assembly see here. What's here? 5 years a papaya or castle was you cry a friends and Canano minimum then no a DSP Obin. DSP Obin was the former police PR. At that time, Muma Kwama police for Casa, and then also Muma Kwama police for Assembly and Webe PO policeman will be a become once. This a bit on IGP in them. Namumi Yan Shadium. Or Maya Wutimua, Nipo da Seni, people are turning to become cannibals. They are chewing human beings, human flesh. Aren't we scared?
People are chewing human flesh. The nipa da se ni yekumuno e de na kwahye fridge. Na se bebre mu be kaya, I said this. Me say another network we na me ka asase me. Na me ka che Ghana for say, hey, say asem we it won't go anywhere. This issue won't go anywhere. And I'm glad to say I am back again tonight to tell Ghanaians on another network, say, 5 years down the line, what has become of this? Munkobi say IGP no. Now, Yeka say, do you know, because I did some investigations about this, including, say, even in Sunyani, baby, ohonsu yekum nipa ediguho. Can you imagine? Cannibal. And I said, say, yen chipapo we intum. Why? Because there are some top people in this country. I said it and I'm repeating tonight. There are some top people in this country. Trading in human parts. And one woman in the some are top level politicians. Yes, and woman trading in human parts. 2, some renowned men of God are so full woman trading in human parts. Ya na mo face asofo no bebre mochre nkwa no mokokogigi efunu hunsuo no such nkrofo wenum womo ye trade. And then the last people are some top level businessmen and women and omni sabranti e trade in human part. The cancer asem. So therefore asem we enkodru baby ebiom some investigations he trade say abranti or on the counterparts be so Nigeria. Omo transporting human parts. Mumisa IGP ni say or this asem ne kopie saying. And when you sit in a nation like this and such a scary matters of this sort is rolling on the screens of our media airspace. No results of this. And IGP continue to stay in office and say we should be quiet. Me bisa even Dan Paris friend is saying Ono no, he's on the beat of the murder of JB Dankwa. Mumi say JB Dankwa no so the enwe. Oni Akufo adu nyana na ewa abemu. Akufo adu JB Dankwa ni nua. Mumi say woni Akufo adu wo mu di JB Dankwa report na ehe na omo de akoshe. And the IGP says we should keep quiet and watch him because he's the finest IGP, really. Look, I don't know. Just say, what drink who I want to see? What drink who I want to see? Mamemra, near Mekai police report. No. Nende, him for no the IGP nenam. Or say IGP Dan Perez cover up of rot, mismanagement, corruption, and police welfare fund dissipation. How long can the deceit last? Yeah. Or say the police welfare, the police welfare directorate, an integral component of the Ghana Police Service, has been plucked by mismanagement and dissipation of funds. Tienye, and the minita na mabekin kanina utri mamont. Muntienye, dissipated of funds. This has been a persistent issue under the leadership of Inspector General of Police Dampare, who has faced criticism for his handling of the situation. The return of COP Mamiya Tiwa Adodankwa, a respected former executive director of IECO, has ignited hopes of revamping the welfare directorate. However, IGP Dampare's decision to appoint DCOP Gabriel Prince Wabu instead of COP Adodankwa has raised eyebrows and sparked concern among police officers. Ate, Ebobaba, I have been saying that IGP Dampare has something to hide at the Police Welfare Directorate. But no matter how hard and how long he tries to hide his dirty dealings and dissipation of the police welfare funds, he would one day be called to account for every single penny he has misappropriated in the welfare funds. Just today, COP Mamitiwa Adodankwa the former executive director of IOCO, reported back to the police headquarters after being relieved of her post at IOCO by His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama and asked to report back to the police headquarters, and to the outer shock of everybody at the headquarters, IGP Dampare quickly assigned DCOP Gabriel Prince Wabu to head the Welfare Directorate, which has been vacant for more than 1 year since COP Habiba Chumesi Sapon retired from the service. It is interesting that after more than a year that the Welfare Directorate has not had a substantive Director General, IGP Dampare only found reason to appoint DCOP Gabriel Prince Wabu, who is a junior or subordinate officer to COP Mameya Tiwa Adodankwa, who is third in command in the service, to take charge of the Welfare Directorate. When were the IGP in a year? Someone but then again, Mr. Inspector General of Police, for me, my doors are open constantly. I've invited IGP, and I am here tonight inviting the IGP and the Police Public Affairs Department come to CTV because in some way, also, this latest strange behavior of IGP Dampare has sent tongues wagging in the police service, as many officers believe that the return of COP Mameya Tiwa Adodankwa would help the service revamp the almost dead Welfare Directorate, which has been grossly mismanaged in the past 3 to 4 years under IGP Dampare. Many police officers have upbeat about the return of COP Mameya Tiwa Adodankwa to the service and started clamoring for her to be returned to the Welfare Directorate to save the contributions of the personnel. It therefore came as a surprise that IGP Dampare took his strange, bizarre step to appoint DCOP Gabriel Prince Wabu to take over the Welfare Directorate. Our advice to DCOP Gabriel Prince Wabu is that he will soon be going home, and he should not allow Dampare to deceive him to take over a directorate whose funds have been dissipated and no accountability has been rendered. DCOP Gabriel Prince Wabu should not take this position if he doesn't want trouble in future. Asamoba. He should allow someone with the necessary financial background and knowledge to commission an audit into the mismanagement of the welfare account and recommend the necessary steps to ensure that every single penny withdrawn from the account is accounted for. COP Mameya Tiwa Adodankwa is the best person to expose the rot that has taken place at the Welfare Directorate for the past 4 years. She was the person who instituted significant reforms, innovations, and reforms at the Welfare Directorate, and she is remembered by all personnel for the good investment initiatives she introduced, which ensured that there was always significant funds available to cater for timely disbursement to pay for all loan requests of all personnel. Today, the situation has deteriorated to the extent that loans applications that used to take 1 to 2 months to pay now takes more than 8 to 9 months, even with connections to be received by personnel. This is the reason why, when IOCO staff were carrying out COP Mameya Tiwa Adodankwa was leaving them, police personnel were jubilating and hoping that she comes back to take over the Police Welfare Directorate to return it to its glory days, only for her to report today, and IGP Dampare decided to send his henchman DCOP Gabriel Prince Wabu to continue the cover-up and rot at the Directorate, which personnel have for some time now been complaining about. The mismanagement of the Police Welfare Directorate is a matter of grave concern that requires immediate attention and resolution. The appointment of DCOP Wabu, a junior officer to COP Adodankwa, has fueled suspicions of a cover-up. It is imperative that the government takes the allegations of misconduct seriously and conducts a thorough investigation to ascertain the extent of the wrongdoing. If substantiated, those responsible must be held accountable. Moreover, the appointment of a qualified and experienced individual such as COP Adodankwa is crucial to restore confidence in the Welfare Directorate and to ensure the proper mismanagement and utilization of its funds. Only then can the Ghana Police Service effectively fulfill its mandate of serving and protecting the citizens of Ghana. The Ochoa Enye, minim rank we INSPRI, minim what it means, but nidindi Kofi Kwao Ejiri Kato, Kofi Kwao Ejiri Kato, Police Headquarters, Accra, Edina na Ohonum. Kofi Kwao Ejiri Kato, Police Headquarters, Accra. Folks, asema me kachire mu na etofa me de be bom ne se mo be kaya last 2 weeks or so me kan report bi wa. Na sa report ne che say police for wom welfare sika no ye bobo anu a police for ye de mom nkakra mom de hwe om so no om ho no report yi che say se sika ni nara ayira eyira ya ye bo IGP we kwadu say wono en wodi sika no ode afa kwan bi so na krata yi sa kire mu say eye maame ya tiwa Adodankwa wono en wo yes our welfare fund de to ma Ghana Police Service for the kwasem ni omani eje maame hu ye papa tell say maame okoya okohede eye your friends Iyoku eno say nanu ya aban sesa eba ya John Dramani Mahama the president eka say no maame ni samra back to police HQ headquarters embeto na eduma so no obedru ho ape na police fo ni na ebo say wo mu do nyankopon asese maami waba obe boama welfare fa no asanya den enya ne nan so egina wo ba ya IGP si no untimi enko back to sa welfare position no meanwhile maami ni free ho no afi ba ku o yemfo obi anko hye ho senti yemfo obi anko hye ho no yenim afi de maami ni ba no IGP aye quick ade obi akɔhye wo ye friend Gabriel Prince Wabu ordina kɔhye so no head ye friend is air police for welfare meanwhile welfare is na IGP ya accuse you say sika da way sikapudo we diskani na accusation way allegation and IGP is refusing to answer questions maame ya na ikɔ ye say adwuma na toto abobo neoma na no yi no o si no enipa no ode na ikɔ no so no Prince Gabriel Wabos, whatever his name is, or a junior officer, and so Mameya Tiwa Adodankwa. Ghana for a same way, and he found your dino. Folks, make a short break. But the Inspector General of Police issues is refusing to go, and you're back on the pepe until the IGP, who is not above the law, IGP, who is not above the constitution of this country, will talk to Ghanaians. We will not relent on our effort to ensure the IGP, all monies at the Ghana Police Service, or monies belonging to Ghana for ontimi nisikani nkoni easy sir. No. A amount to corruption na obi kasa oral team ni ye adwuma ni nyaka hu bi. Oral team no entimi hu omani e baby. All of us must help the oral team no to do their job. And I am hoping, sir, President John Dramani Mahama will not close his eyes and look over the Inspector General of Police to continue to commit a nyoma accusing on to ensure, sir, the right decision should be done and the image of the police will not be taken to the cleaners, but will be restored to protect the sanctity, the integrity, and the dignity of our policemen in this country for today and the future. Folks, make a short break. Me back. Ghana Speaks Extension will continue. I'll be right back.
Black Star Limited. Our lands are everywhere. It depends on the customer's preferred location. We have lands in areas such as Kwabenya, Amasaman, Kaswa, Denchira, Bruku, Botsiano, and Insawam. Our lands are very affordable and has no litigation issues. Our lands comes in various sizes such as 70 by 100, 35 by 100, and among others. We have a flexible payments plan that is 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months. The areas are well developed. No need to worry about electricity, water, and other social amenities. You can contact us on 030-2452-555, 030-2452-555, or visit our website at www.oralblackstarlimited.com. Oral Black Star, your preference, our priority.
Great, folks. Welcome back, and of course, welcome back to Ghana Speaks Extension. In this edition, of course, we'll soon speak to Nana Mankwa, a business entrepreneur, and also a political analyst and observer in London. Yenene Bedim Komosise. My main call line is straight na Nana Mankwa and Shem Komanase. Amankwa, Memoadro, what is saying? Hello, Nana Mankwa. Amankwa, can you hear me? Great. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, 100%.
Great one, great one. So, give me a vibe. How is London and Ghanaians in the London community? How are they doing?
Oh, everything is good. Everything is perfect. I just got some few MPP people that have come into town. They keep ringing me to discuss politics.
I know. Now, before
I won't name them.
Great. Before commencement of the show, I know you and Wuntumi have had one or two. I don't know if we can make this public or not, because I know you are very much, you have a lot of interaction with most of these.
I disagree with him, but he's a family member.
Yeah. So how are they doing in London? London?
They are hanging in there. They are all coming back to London.
Okay.
They all left London. They are all returning back to London, running away from John Mahama.
Hey, Charlie, bro, man. You know what I mean?
When you advise them, they
yes.
don't listen. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Nana, affiliation common as here. Let's take one step back and look into the exit of Akufo-Addo's government. And I know a lot that you said about the direction of Akufo-Addo's government, 4 years, another 4 years, making 8 years, and they never listen. Give us a sense of understanding of how you saw that Akufo-Addo's government obviously was going to hit the iceberg, not the tip of it, that they would need a life oxygen to survive. Until now,
background noise.
But maybe to clear out.
But then I slightly a little bit fainted because there's a huge background.
Okay, MCR, can you check the background, say Nanamankwa background it is saying, so that we can have a smooth talk.
Okay now.
But I can hear you loud.
Okay, that's fair. I can hear you.
Good one. Yeah. So give us one step back into Akufo-Addo's government, how you saw that the government was going to hit the iceberg and they never listened. Then we go into the Mahama's roadmap.
Okay.
Quick one.
Akufo-Addo's government is a complete failure, but about 2012 we interviewed me.
Yeah.
Time I was at a radio station.
Yeah.
And I'm saying the problem we have is what you are doing in Ghana politically is you are recycling thieves, hyenas and vultures. What you are doing in politics in Ghana is not a democracy, it's a fake democracy.
I see.
My Kasas in 2012.
Yeah.
And I said, how can a new thief arrest an old thief? It's impossible.
This is very, very shocking.
Hello?
Yeah, Meton Kankasa, Amankwa.
And I want to, how can a new thief arrest an old thief?
Yeah.
It's a very coded word, though, and it's a very strong word. The government started off with free NHS, fighting against that Galamsey, blah, 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 blah. But in the end, they lost the 2020 election. And they used political machination And then I think the 2020 election should have told them that they are losing power. If you have 38 MPs extra or whatever, and you are cut down to just one, you should know that you are losing an election. But then this is what happened to them. You had to make two decisions, either to repair your mistakes or carry on like that and steal as much as you can steal. This is what happened. And then they made a decision that they're going to go for the money. But I don't blame them, because the system, as you've created, Mekacho Kweku 2012, your constitution actually breed corruption. The constitution you have. If you don't have a leader who is just happens to be good at heart, maybe by nature, or a good person, he can steal all your money and there's nothing you can do about it. In the constitution, sometimes, your constitution creates your problem. And until you destroy it and change it big time, you are going nowhere, even with new governments.
But do you agree,
I'm
sir?
just telling you, I've told you this since 2012.
Great. Amankwa, do you agree, sir? Now, President John Mahama is taking steps quickly and, of course, has appointed how many member committees, so we'll take that responsibility with some considered, number of days to, as it were, strategize, and then we put the constitution back to shape. So then it will take care of some of these things that we are talking about. What do you make of that?
No. You see, I said this 2012. Mahama came to power. Atanos was the one that was actually doing something, and he never did anything about it. Then fast forward, Akufo-Addo came for 8 years old. Just wasting 8 years. Now he realized that the sentiment of the people is there's a political implosion, and implosion, especially with the youth. And they have to now pander to the taste of the people. But whether they are going to do it cosmetically, you see, you can do something, but you do it in a cosmetic way.
Yeah.
It appears that you are doing something, but in reality, you don't do it. It is all bad. Why you make up? Now I'll cover a lot of things. This is what NDC is trying to do. I'm being honest.
Okay. Now,
4 years from now, let's pray and let's hope that they will do some major changes, not cosmetic. The word is cosmetic. Makeup.
I see. Good. Now let's go straight into the John Mahama's administration and the roadmap, or the Amayeno, which I kind of figure say you also know the roadmap and where we are going. Now, one particular thing that is very instrumental on the build-up of John Mahama's 4 years administration is what, which comes on the heels of corruption. So far, and of course the breaking news is that the oral team that you've heard of have presented the report to the president. And I may not know how many pages, but then it comes on the back of said, if out of 36 cases that the oral team have tackled, out of the 36 cases, if we successfully execute the issues, Amankwa, Ghana is going to retrieve $20.49 billion out of these cases. What it means is that I may agree with you to some extent, say, such a quantum of money we are quoting, it's with people in this country, and this is what the oral team have uncovered. And this is yet again believing John Dramani Mahama's, putting this inertia on the ground to accelerate, to uncover all that is with people. Doesn't this build much of a hope that yes, we have to recover this money? What do you make of it? Nana Mankwa, can you hear me? Have I lost Amankwa or? Okay. Technicians, Monshe said, if I've lost Amankwa, then you bring Amankwa back on the line. Nana Amankwa, can you hear me? Okay, Mon Kate Amankwa na Mon sign raising him. so that we have that issue to pan, because what Amankwa is saying, I tend to agree with Amankwa to some extent. Say and again, and ye obi anim Ghana obi anim say a constitution, and ye papa. So what I say, a quite be so nyama nkoyi. So John Dramani Mahama, it take his step. Nana Amankwa, can you hear me? Ultimate case is here.
I can hear you perfect. Is it okay on your side?
Very
is
much
okay.
Yeah, very much perfect. Now, I was building a point. He said, look at it this way. Coming from the angle or the end one, say, the oral team now hand you over on my report, Ama, the President John Dramani Mahama. Now, the oral team have made it known to us today, say, 36 cases are if this country works out successfully, we are to retrieve $20.49 billion US dollars. So, Amankwa, Charlie, this is not child's play. Now, guess what says Ewo and Crawford in this country? For me, doesn't this again respite our anticipation as to whether or not John Mahama is in to fight corruption or otherwise? Say, yes, the guy is on the right path. What do you make of this?
No. Kweku, may answer question.
All right, go ahead.
The intentions might be good, but what you are going to have with the Ghanaian character, it will be cosmetic. Anything we use the word, if we recover, the word is if.
In fact, that word actually was even used by Okuja to himself. But if for the if clause there shows that we would have to definitely get it done. Why not?
Is the money in cash? Are you going to receive it in cash form or in kind?
No, in
or
cash.
In wasted money.
We are talking about cash.
If you go and retrieve a Land Cruiser that has been used or been purchased for 1 year, it's lost its value. I don't think they can be able to retrieve that kind of money. Personally, their intentions are good. They want to do it, but they are not going to get that kind of money. Because if they can get that kind of money, then you don't even have to go to World Bank or IMF to go and look for 1 billion and $500 million. The problem you have, everything starts and begins with that constitution. It's like you cannot make an omelette without breaking an egg. If also 20 billion cedis now, Kweku, let's sit down and watch and see in the next 2 years whether we will get that money. It won't happen.
You are putting me to test again, right?
Everything I've told you, I've told you since 2012.
Yeah.
You cannot replace a new set of thieves to catch an old thief. You know why? The Constitution, you elect a god, a dictator, under the disguise.
Yeah.
Democracy. More Constitution, it just says, Chief Amankwa, Nana Amankwa, maybe a president, not many a good person. Number some with Dimusike, about me until 4 years. And what I will do is, I will steal everything I can steal, and then after that, I will leave. Your constitution doesn't emphasize on punishment. China, who could give public money. Either you go in for life, they seize all your things, or they will even kill you. In Korea, they'll put you in jail. In Brazil, presidents go to jail. When we say Ghana president, be a jail.
Not yet.
That tells you that more constitutional, more you've created a God, and the God will always be right.
I see. Now, and the funny say cases we are oral team no crowd way. And now, if they have clear evidence, I understand you from the constitutional standpoint. However, what the oral team is building on is, for example, say, look at the National Cathedral. the cathedral actually was meant for, say, a former president Akufo-Addo's private whatever between he and his God. Now he ended up, you know, dissipating public funds into it, say, and that public funds in also acco individual pockets in them. And we have the evidence that says cathedral. What makes us our inability not to go straight up and catch those people responsible for example, the build-up of the cathedral when we know, say, Sikase public funds in Ekomu, and you tell me, say, you recover, say, Iskanona, Amangwa.
And I said, I mean, I want people. So where are you getting that money from? Kweku?
Yes.
The money is in the pit. You have the pit. There is an infrastructure. It's just that it's not desirable by the people. Your constitution allows him to do it. He hasn't done anything wrong, technically. Law don't allow him to do it. You have to formulate laws that. I agree with Okujo Ablakwa when he says that public officers cannot buy state land. That is a definite law. But say at the time that so where is the cash for you to retrieve? This is a country that people can buy property, buy real estate over, and you be to pay $100,000 or $200,000 house. How will be any ultimate question? This is a country. You can take 1 million and buy a house and walk around free. And nobody will audit your business or your account.
It will not happen in London. No.
Who say?
It will not happen in London. Absolutely not.
Maybe. Oh, you can do it, but then later they will catch up with you and they will seize it. You can try it. I don't know. Maybe a president to cry. My example. This is a country. More health minister to go abroad for medical care. Now, why am a health minister? Now, me to go abroad for medical care. Why would I even make sure we have everything in Ghana that will look after the people? Health minister goes abroad for health care, the whole country. And you people accept this as a normal life, you the voters. Anywhere decent people, they will rebel against it. If you're a health minister, you want to go abroad, we want real Ghanaians to run Ghana, you should resign. May a president, it will be in law. Your Russian law, you will resign. If you are an education minister and your kids go to school abroad under the age of 18, you must resign. This should be enshrined in law. But you people have allowed it. I'm 55 now. 55. I lived in Ghana Embassy as an ambassador in China. I was educated in London. I studied here. I did my hotel management, whatever. And I've been to the States. I've traveled. I've even been to Pakistan. Pakistan is a president to call prison.
Yeah.
Imran Khan. Khan.
Yeah.
No about cricket. Prison says yeah. If you don't have a president that can go to jail and change your constitution, you are electing a god and a dictator. There's nothing you can do about it. It is a Ghanaians. You don't question these things. Health Minister I'm just being very honest to Ghanaians.
Yeah.
They are wasting their time.
And again, if all this analysis you are building up comes on the heels of, say, it drew at a point, even as of the time I swear, the investiture of John Dramani Mahama, the Burkinabe head of state, Ibrahim Traoré, came here and look at how Ghanaians could chair the Burkinabe president now. Does it mean, say, from your standpoint, from your political lenses, does it appear to you that the Ghanaian is looking for something pretty much more in a similar situation, that's of how we are seeing in the Burkinabe's political narrative? What do you make of this?
Yes. Yes, let me answer this question correctly. The youth of the country want something radical, something different, and something drama. And the political class, who are hyenas, vultures, salivating on public money. A lot of them, they don't have any money. I raised money for some of them and their campaigns. They don't have any money. Politics has made them rich. Their first priority is themselves. Their second priority is their family. And the voters are their third priority. Ghanaians should understand this. A typical Ghanaian politician, 95% of them. Their first priority is themselves, enrich themselves. Second, their family. And the voter is the last. If you're a president, elected democratic government, and a dictator, in your inauguration, and you to know Emma or no fans, it's just basically what they are trying to tell you. They rather take you out and bring that guy. Indirectly, that's what your youth is telling you. But your system is fixed. If I was Mahama, I would be very worried. Why is my youth praising Ibrahim Toure? Why? If I'm a Mahama, I'll be extremely worried. My youth is praising a dictator, or what we call, quote unquote, by Ghana terms, a dictator, a military government. It means that the youth in the country, I think under the age of from 18 to about 35, do not believe in the political system. And that is sad.
Great. Amankwa, let's also look at your lenses also looking into business. Now the president has taken full gear into the government. How, from your, from the distance, and of course I know one leg in, one leg out as far as Ghana, London is concerned, how do you assess business in Ghana and how is it going to go under John Mahama's administration from your perspective?
It depends on what he intends to do. Ghana, the businesses should not be big factories. Ghana, the business, I lived in China. The businesses should start small cottage production, honey production, curry production, but mechanized.
Oh, okay.
Machines no P or China, ubet me at 10,000, 5,000. No, anybody be a jume P. No produce more, no export to.
Exactly.
Bibi to say car.
Yeah.
Bibi to say car. Deep to say low. Because we don't make cars. And to such a time that we can make cars. Why should the duty of a car be so expensive? And so yes, no mamu voters no. The car bar. Duty. Nobody cruiser. Why say the business sector no, they cannot access loan, but the government sector always have money to buy land cruisers. The money should be at the banks and for people to loan money, buy machinery and start small cottage business, processing something, gario, processing cassava, honey, whatever. And our markets know you can export it to Europe. There's a lot of Africans in Europe, America. But when you have that now, and now I raise your economy. But one thing no matter what you do, if your economy is growing, your GDP and the macroeconomic indices are good. If the corruption is leaking the money out, it won't solve any problem.
Yeah.
I listened to Baumia. He said we solve corruption by digital. No, you cannot solve corruption by only digital. You have to do punishment. There should be punishment and digital.
Yeah.
But no policy. He wants to avoid it. How can you avoid corruption? There is hardcore corrupt people in both NDC and MPP. You cannot change NDC. No one as new as they think they are. NDC is not that fresh. It's just that they have one or two people alive, Sam George and Okujoto Ablaka. So I tend to think maybe there's a future. MPP for the young ones now, only a more trained, corrupt men. MPP young men, the young ones, they are wet. But with the NDC, I have a hope. A black one, who they pay many MPP pay need me Kasawa London, or see a black one I see Akujoto block and corrupt. Na they no investigate ora. And I'm a catcher and say, okay, young fan say, or no, you're corrupt. But we decided to say, I am plain straight.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
Why is it a crime for him to say, now let's do things the right way? So the MVP guy is trying to say to me, as long as the person is corrupt and we are corrupt, we are accepting that we are corrupt, then we should do nothing. Does it make sense?
It doesn't.
But I don't know, catch you. I feel a good type of corrupt. And I'm saying, okay, we decided so on your corrupt view. If he wants to go forward and do good things, let's assume that position.
Sure.
Is that a problem? Is that a crime?
It's
or
not at all.
We have to get something neutral. And I mean, who say he's basically saying that they are corrupt. And the second problem, no, pastors,
yeah.
Then if I want corrupt, why are you afraid of Ora? Corrupt, Ora, you should not even attack them. Because you know there's nothing that they can bring to you, and you can do an audited account that you can't justify why. And so you attack anybody that attacks Ora is personally, indirectly saying to Afghanians that I'm a thief and let me go free.
On accountability.
Yes, he doesn't want it. But when also on the digital or the corruption, there's no punishment. In fact, to fight corruption, punishment and confiscation of assets should be the key. It's a business idea. Because the way they want to do their business, they should set up more cottage industry, small production, small machine, 10,000, 5,000, near their back system. When you pay to work and pay, no, the produce should be, especially in the rural areas. That is what will solve the problem.
Yeah, and
they have to.
Yeah, do you figure also said then the 24-hour economy can be figured in all of these areas here, as far as even
the 24-hour economy, there. I know I disagree with Mahama, but the answer is okay. 2 years time. That economy can only work when there's demand and supply.
Yeah,
I can want to run my office 24 hours, but if the demand and the supply side of it is not there, you're just going to be running electricity and running at a loss. And the 24-hour economy, I feel that it's just a slogan. The intentions are right, but the practicality of it will be exposed. Like Baumia said, when the fundamentals of the economy is weak, the exchange rate will expose you. It's the area how they manage it. But they should bring more machines into. I mean, I don't think it's demand and supply.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
Great one. Now,
the amount of 2 years, if you say, I doubt it, but I pray he can do it.
Good
Actually, politically, I'm more. Meaning, my friends are more MPP because I grew up with them. But politically, I'm more CPP because my father is CPP.
Yeah.
And even my father was a diplomat.
You was a diplomat in Nkrumah's government. Yeah, so I know.
Politically, I'm more sympathetic to NDC than MPP. It's just that MPP, is more family and friends and that sort of thing.
And they believe in the bourgeoisies and the razzmatazz and all of that.
Now, all these village aristocrats. They are all village aristocrats.
Yes.
Villagers.
Yes. Quickly, for want of time, let me also move you to this area, which of course you have some backgrounds there. How do you gauge security intelligence of the states as far as John Mahama's administration, 1 month, 3 days today? What do you make of the signals?
Oh, the security is okay. The people have a good will. People did not vote for Mahama, but people voted. It's a protest vote against the government because they performed abysmally. People did not vote for Mahama. People voted to change the system for 8 years. They even voted to change the system 2020. But the political marginalization, and you know, not happy. Security is good, but anything that goes up can easily come down quickly. One thing Mahama has to understand: anything that goes up can quickly tumble down. It's all managing system here, more reduce corruption to the bare minimum, and let cottage industry flow. I don't know whether it will come in as cash. Because when you asset, who is going to buy it? Why could see big building? And this is how the man can focus rent. I don't think they're going to get that money. What their money back 2.5 years. Let interview me about this. You hear that there's another excuse.
Yeah. And you
security
see,
is good.
Yeah.
But like I said, you know, anything that is good can quickly, highly good. Security is highly good. Anything that is highly good can quickly also drop.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's hot and cold. It's opposite. But the people in charge, like Bevlo, my friend Kofi Wayo's friend, they are good people. They are. I'm not praising them, but they are more reasonable people. Let's hope. But security is not a problem.
Yeah.
For Mahama.
Great.
But the only problem he has is how things will go bad when his people also start to behave the way the other people behave.
Great.
Stealing of public money. Let's hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
The situation is promising, but it's equally bleak in both directions. Coded word, Mama or no.
Pow. Amakwa, Usha baby to say your court system, judicial system now. Fundamentally, do you think the court, your judicial system no, also creates part of our constitutional, upsurge in this anime? Which way should we handle our court system?
The problem we have is it's in a society whereby only poor people go to prison. Mobile phones is here. When that 2 years, very easy.
Yeah.
And then Cabinet J, Honorable Cabinet J, Professor Days, maybe will be a professor, will be a doctor. And so what the position manner outcome no doesn't on paper. No, Ghanaians are qualified on paper, but the outcome is zero. And I'm asking myself, why don't we change it and employ just normal people with common sense? Because on paper, they are all qualified. Your judges and everybody is qualified. But even Krano, I want to digress a bit. These are places that they take a lot of bribes. I'm telling you. I've been involved in certain things in Ghana, and all the lawyer told me is pay money. One of my friends, I bet not come because on your case, now the other case no buy and not crazy custom and went to me and also better London. Ghana or no be ever no property was them. A system like that, how can this work? The ordinary people go to jail. They'll get them with the ordinary Ghanaian who discovered here. Who say there's some people killed and there's no justice and all that. It means that the police system, the judiciary system is corrupt.
Very shocking.
And Ghana are very dangerous. Sometimes I take my hat off for you for the kind of work you do. To be quite honest with you, it's a thankless job.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you are trying to speak truth to power. And the system that controls the power, we are not in a democracy. We are in an elected dictatorship, thinking that we will get a good man. But you cannot run a country based on good people. Yeah. You can run a country with proper laws and actually administering the law and make sure it works for everybody, not a few. for everybody, not a few. But the law in Ghana is for the few and not for everybody. And to me, a Ghanaian judiciary system, I don't think I can get justice from them, and I don't want to get myself involved in anywhere that I'll go near them because I don't believe in it. I don't believe I'll get justice. Good. Especially if you get a case with somebody that is politically connected, you cannot get justice.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Good.
Because the decisions are corrupt, the verdicts are corrupt, and most of them, they will challenge you. In fact, even when you speak against them, that is even more, they can even give you a problem.
Good.
Hey, system, no, you're mafia. No system, no.
Okay.
It's called buccaneering.
Yeah.
Buccaneering
African
system.
buccaneering,
everywhere.
politics. Good. Amagwa, you say 2 weeks, we'll come back to you again because you are going to help out this time to assess the government of John Dramani Mahama because we want the government to get it well. Yes.
Let's pray.
So
let's pray.
Yeah.
That he can perform.
Exactly.
Actually, by nature, he's a good man. You know,
Yes.
I mean, I met him twice when he was vice president with my friend Kofi Wayo. I was in the same meeting with Mahama and in his office at the castle when he was a vice president. Me, Kofi Wayo, and Ed Kotensky, my American partner. And then a meeting be on agriculture and even normal, but it never really happened.
Good.
So I've met him twice.
Good one.
And his younger brothers too, I know them well.
Good.
Energy. Not me. I used to live next door to him on the Sprintex Road.
Yeah.
And Ibrahim to London, so I know them. But it's not bad, I'm telling you. But he has to understand nobody voted for him. It was a protest vote.
Good one. Amagwa, let's leave it here for want of time. Then we'll definitely hook up with you. Many thanks indeed for your time tonight. And then we'll see how you
I hope I've contributed to the show.
Very immensely.
Okay.
And then I'll talk to you another time. Thank you very much. Well, same. Let me read one or two messages. I think Nana Mankwa's explanation of the Ghanaians youth celebrating Abudulai Tuare is a need of radical precedent, not accurate. What I understood the youth is that our former president decided to send ECOWAS army to attack that military leader, but he is freely walking in the face of same person, Deborah, and thereby, okay, honestly, then we will say, coup can happen in Ghana at any time if care is not taken. Dominic Nitiwol, hey, really? What does that mean? I don't know what he means by this. There's something in the making. I know what you're talking about. Well, Kweku. To be honest with you, let's put politics aside. COP Mametiwa Adodankwa's regime as Director General Welfare was one of the best in the history of Ghana Police Service, and Dampare himself knows that. But bro, he wants to block her chance of going back to head the welfare department. It's a COPT's time that medical bills were paid for police officers who are even referred outside. Now, on Wednesday, I'm going to do something about whether Inspector General of Police has once in his life gone to pay tribute to a police officer who has been shot and killed and has united with the family of that police officer. On Wednesday, I'll be doing something. May per situation, the Inspector General of Police is seen solidarizing with a police officer and the family. Nania kotoko for player. No, we could on a family in solidarizing. And my question is, has that happened with a police officer in line of duty? Yehubisa, has IGP done that before? Good evening, Chief. IGP Kwekwanan. Please, may I know why police and those so-called junior police intimidate drivers and especially Prajia riders at Kaswa by setting in their cars, wasting their time whilst surrounding them with... I don't know, Prajia for me. Hello, Kwekwanan. I am thrilled. The Operation Retrieve All Loots Aura team has presented their findings to President Mahama. Now, it is time for action. Mr. President, keep your promise. Don't let the Reopen cases ignored by the previous administration and bring corrupt officials to justice. Ghanaians are watching. Deliver on your promise and we will stand up with you. Eko Thomas from Tema Committee 4 and Ode Ebae. We say, good evening, Kweku. We have all this money and we went to IMF for just $3 billion. Yes, indeed. We say, thanks the oral team for a good work done, Yaya Kota. His Excellency John Mahama should make sure he goes after each of them and take our money for us. Yaya Kota, Kweku, keep up. God bless you. And Ode Ebae. Yes. Yeah, ready. Egu has say ciao. I mean, I'll say, please, good evening, give it to them. We also say, bro, Kweku, why is Mr. Abrakwa valuing property in Ghana in dollars? Okay. We also say, good evening, Kweku. Please, I am Ernest Kwanzaa Jr. from Dansuman. I call him Oklojata because he is more than the word vigilant. Great job done, and you, Kweku, God bless you too. Yes. We also say, hi, Kweku, from Honorable Suleiman Amadou in New Fadama. We all know that the honest office of to be occupied in Ghana is that of presidency. How then should CEO be taking higher salary, other financial benefits than the president? We will be grateful if JM should slash their salary below. Folks, I'm going to bring another guest, top level. Wednesday, we're going to look into some other fearful sectors of the Ghanaian economy on Wednesday. Folks, the program has been the Frontline show. Cruise or Moshe Mamedi Bibia Ebron, Ruby X, online editor Kings Campbell, and then the twin Defatigable, of course, Credible and Yamba. Then online editors at large, Kofi Ansa, and then